Good morning, folks. I hope you're doing great. Welcome to my channel. In case you're new here, Karibu, please subscribe. I told you I was going to do a pregnancy Q&A, but here's the thing. I don't think I'm going to be able to do a sit down. I just have a very hectic week. As you can hear, I also have the remnants of a cold, but I'm surviving. But I have such a hectic week, so I figure I'll answer your questions throughout the day while I'm on the move. So I'm home. Huru's finishing his breakfast, then I'll be giving him a bath. Can you hear him? I want to go down. Yes, then I'll take him to school, then I have a couple of meetings, so I'll try and vlog in between all that. So why don't we start? I categorize the questions, so skin related, fashion, fitness and health, birth plan. I just feel like that's easier, so I'll go through them topic by topic, okay? Have you ever had acne? No, but I break out if I'm not well rested or if I've eaten badly. But I haven't struggled with acne before. At Kesh_McKenna, what do you use for stretch marks? I use bio oil and olive oil. I swear by them, and they helped me last time, and they've helped me this time, or are helping me this time. So those are my products of choice. Right, so where did we leave off? I prepared Huru for school, just dropped him, and now I'm parked somewhere about to go in for a meeting. At _Mideva_ and at Marissa_Jerry are asking, are you having twins? What's the gender? This is my answer. Shh, I will not say. I can't reveal that right now, guys, but maybe at some point I will. So Ajambi Kiburio asks, where do you buy your pregnancy outfits? Thanks for that question, Jambi. A couple of places. Sia Maternity is actually where I got this top that I'm wearing, which I've worn it a gazillion times on this vlog. But they have really great maternity wear, very stylish, very comfortable, just a bit too pricey. And then I also, Vivo's great, as well as Woolworths and LC Waikiki. For instance, Woolworths the other day were having an incredible sale, so I just went and grabbed a few items. At Parents and Babies World asks, you're always on point with the athleisure trend. What inspires your comfort or trend or current trend? Thank you for that. Athleisure is, I guess, athletic inspired trends. Do I wear that? That's interesting. I know. Comfort for me is super important, but at the same time, I like pieces that you can dress up. So simple basics. That's why I'm obsessed with black, and that's not going to change, people. I've heard some of y'all saying, Janet, more color. Me and my black, we have a love affair. I love neutrals as well. I'm just inspired by laid back, sophisticated pieces that you can then just dress up. Oh, by the way, thank you to Pajero. Pajero is this fantastic, beautiful, stylish woman who I met through Instagram. She sent these beautiful tassel earrings to my place as a gift. You're so sweet. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I like them. They're really cute. And of course, I'm in all black, guys. At Miss Njoroge asks, do you have a trusted baby shop for clothes? Not really. That's for buying for my son's clothes, I think is what you're asking, and probably what I'll buy for the second born. Biashara Street has some great finds in there. It's just a treasure trove. But again, I do tend to fall back on stores that are having sales. Some of the clothes I've bought, Huru is still wearing them, you know, a year or two later. And so, yeah, I mean, I don't know if we have that much variety in Kenya. Please comment down below if you think there's a baby shop that I'm missing out on. And remember, I'm not looking for maridadi things, the shiny, you know, overly formal wear. No, I think I just like my son to be very comfortable, very warm in weather like this. So hoodies, thermal wear. Here's a little picture of thermal wear that I got from Woolworths the other day. It was just practically sold out. It is so good for putting inside the outfit. I even got some for myself. So hoodies, thermal wear, you know, woolen socks, thick ones, turtlenecks. That's me. That's how I shop for my son. Okay, so that kind of concludes my clothing and style questions. I need to go in now. I'll catch up with you, and I'm en route to my next meeting. Hey guys, so just came out of one of the meetings, catching a lift to get to my next one. At Kate_Semiono asks, does Huru know that he's getting a sibling? Is he starting to feel that something is changing? As they say, kids sense when there's one on the way. He definitely is. In the beginning, he was very, very clingy. I mean, you could just tell there was a difference in terms of him constantly wanting to be with me. So yes, he's aware. We explained it to him so that he doesn't get too shocked, but I was told the transition may be a bit tricky and that the first few months may have a little bit of jealousy, and it's good to try and include him in washing the baby, changing the baby as much as possible. This is so new for me, guys, so I don't know. I'm just going to take it as it comes. I'm just learning from friends who have a toddler and a newborn. Mukami Gishovi, I think that's what your name is. You say tihihi, so how do you make a smart baby like Huru? You're so funny. Look, all kids are smart. I think we treat him like he's one of us, so we're on the same, and he's been able to become so independent. We speak to him like an adult. You know, if he's gonna ask me what's that, I'm not going to say, oh, it's just some car they use for in building sites. I say, no, that's called an excavator, and they use it in construction sites for this and this purpose. I think that way he's able to register and ask, and then I reinforce that with what he watches. So, and as much as he doesn't do tons of screen time, when he does, and I've talked about this before, he watches people like Blippi, who Blippi's videos are really great. And I mean, they're very American centered, and I wish we could have a Kenyan version of it. It just helps, I think. So all kids are smart. It's just about how you engage them, and I thank God that this boy is smart. At Parents and Babies World, by the way, at Parents and Babies World sent me like 6 questions, so thank you for your interest in my journey. You asked, what's the one thing you wish someone had told you before having a baby? It can be a very isolating experience, you know. Let me speak for me. I deal with my own anxiety and confusion around parenting and being a good mom. I struggle a lot with mom guilt, and sometimes it consumes me so much I cry. What can they tell you? You know, they'll wish you well, because that's important, that you're told it's a beautiful journey, it's important, enjoy every day. I think what you're not told is sometimes it'll get lonely. Even though you have other friends going through a similar journey, you just find like you need to focus so much on your own because you're trying to do the best you can. You lose a lot of friends. Not that that's such a game changer or soul crushing, but it's a change, and sometimes you don't expect it because people just kind of disappear on you, I guess because they can't relate to your journey. It's the best lesson to learn yourself. Surround yourself with the right people. Family for me is everything. I have such a great support system in them, both my family and my in-laws, and that's what matters. Anyone else who feels like one day being a part of my journey and one day not, it's okay. At Kate_Ntoiri says, I'm so inspired by what you do. What's the secret to remaining fit throughout your pregnancy? Thank you, Kate. I mean, I generally eat healthy, balanced diet, meaning, you know, carbs, veggies, and protein. That's how I've eaten all my life. That's how I was raised to eat. So I try and maintain that at least 80% of the time. I'm drinking a lot of water and a lot of freshly squeezed juice. I walk a lot. I run around after my son a lot. But here's the trick with this pregnancy. I have such bad heartburn and indigestion when I eat badly. So I can't help but be healthy, because if I don't, I struggle. And I think once I have the baby and God willing, I can breastfeed for 6 months, I will spoil myself with cheat meals because I have missed them. At Mrs. I think it's Sel Kai Kai _O, how do you deal with energy dumps or fatigue and days you just feel meh and want to sleep in? It's hard. These days I just feel meh and I don't want to leave the bed and I don't want to do anything, and that kind of goes back to the anxiety I talked about. But sometimes just looking good can help you feel good about yourself. So I drop, most of the time I'm the one who does the school run because I really love it. My husband likes to step in, but sometimes I'm like, no, it's my thing. So because I know I have to do that, I try and get it together and leave the house quite early. Try and use supplements as well. I know that there's so many arguments for and against supplements. I'm a believer in them. If you feel like your energy levels are super low, I surround myself with good company so that I don't feel alone 100%. And I just try and tell myself positive things, do the things I love, listen to music, journal, read, reach out to people. There's so many people going through a lot. Reach out and be there for someone. There's also an app called Headspace, which is so good. So try and check out Headspace. It just puts you in that right frame of mind. As an app, meditation, prayer as well, things like that. Don't take them for granted. I think they help me get out of my funk. At Wanini_Lucy asks, have you experienced nausea in your 3rd trimester? I'm 32 weeks and it's back. Quite annoying. I'm so sorry to hear that. That must be a nightmare to be in your 3rd trimester and have nausea. In my first pregnancy, I only had nausea in my 1st trimester. Same with this one. I'm praying it doesn't carry on. I'm praying. At Se_Wasaba, how do you get quickly back into your shape after pregnancy and have a flat tummy? It's not a priority for me, honey, as long as I'm healthy, baby's healthy. Once the doctor gives me a go ahead to start working out, then I will. Hey, so this is a couple of minutes later, this Homa surely. At Kelvin Waniki, I like your question. You asked, what's your take on a man being there with his wife or baby's mom in the delivery room and during labor? Is it okay? In terms of birth, to each his own. There's a lot of men who've been there during birth and labor. There's a lot of men who choose not to. You know, I've heard stories of men being so traumatized, but I've heard other stories of men saying, I'm happy I was there. So I think to each his own. I do believe the woman needs all the support she can get. If the man is able to stomach it, I think he should be there. And if not, then I'm hoping that she has a friend or cousin or her mom or mom-in-law, someone who can be there for her. What's your view on home birth or having a baby at a birth center? To each his own. I'm very much about people doing what works for them, but I just feel more comfortable doing it in a hospital where in case there's an emergency, we're able to deal with it there and then. However, some people have successfully had home births. Personally, I wouldn't do it. I would do it in a hospital. You also asked what my view is on CS. I did CS because my son was breech. Would I have preferred to push? Heck yeah. In as much as I can be very conservative, I'm also very open-minded about the choices people make, who you choose to love, how you choose to carry out your birth plan, where you choose to work. A lot of this is individual, and I can't fault you for wanting to live your life, unless of course you're harming someone else, and that's a problem. In terms of some of my birth plans, I've made sure that my, at least my doctor's on call and ready for me, God willing, on the day, because I have a due date already mapped out, or that has been told to me. My insurance, making sure that with resolution insurance that I'm covered. And this is why I'm always talking to you guys about insurance and making sure it covers you, because worst case you go into a CS, that's a lot that you could have been able to mitigate had you had insurance cover. So that's always a priority for me. So as always, love that resolution insurance is with me on this journey. Even going to France, someone asked me, how were you able to do that? Well, I wasn't yet a flight risk. I think you become a flight risk from about 7 months. I was 5.5. But even then, I went with the doctor's note. At Wakwo, that's WAKWOO, was the pregnancy planned? Yes. It wasn't as easy as one would have expected. It took maybe 9 months before we conceived. So I don't know whether that was around, could be anything. Was it stress? Was it diet? I don't know. But it's not automatic that you plan and say we're going to conceive in 2018 and it happens. But all I'm saying is that it was planned, but it took much longer than anticipated. And I thank God that finally we were able to conceive. What changes the most for you or for women, in brackets, not physical, in general because of pregnancy? For me, total shift in priorities, total shift in what's important. It's so hard to put into words, but you just become, I think, a more empowered, self-aware version of yourself, because you also need to lead by examples. Again, parents in Baby's World asked, how do you balance your home and work life without feeling guilty? No, I feel guilty all the damn time. My mom guilt is on another level. I think I need help and prayers for it. What I do now is I try and plan a lot of my activities during the time that my son is in playgroup. So it helps me not feel guilty. I'm able to drop him and pick him. That's done a lot for me to feel less guilty. Again, not everyone is this lucky, and I keep saying that, and I just thank God that I'm able to. Even though this question hasn't come up, I can talk about it now. Even disciplining, I'm doing a parenting class, which has really helped give me the motivation and the permission to discipline our son. It kind of gives you tips on how to, so that you're not doing it in a way that's humiliating for them or that's too harsh. And it's working. In a nutshell, I will say I'm just at a point where I need to focus on the bigger picture and can't let petty drama and politics and people's mood swings and all that stuff get in the way. I don't even have the capacity to. And if that makes me a not so great person, then well, I'm going through a not so great phase. If that makes me a stronger, bolder person, then I'll also live with that. And yeah, we can't live our lives pleasing everyone, and we will really upset other people in order to get our vision. I think I try to do the best I can, but I don't always get it right. So yeah, those are just my ramblings. I don't know if I'm making sense, but thank you guys so much for your continued support. Your feedback on my vlogs and my journey have really touched and humbled my life. Much love. Keep sending those requests of videos that you want to see. I don't know how much I can get done before I have the baby, but I will try my best to accommodate. Okay, so I'm gonna sign off now because the road ahead is very bumpy, quite literally and quite metaphorically. Much love. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notifications bell if you haven't already, and I will see you here next time.